Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, word to my brethren in Mexico, word to my brethren in England, and all around the world. Shout out to you guys. Now, wanted to talk about Gilberto Zordo Ramirez because Mr. Ramirez is popping off at the mouth, shooting the lip off, just basically talking a bunch of smack that he's not going to actually wind up doing. Basically, it was reported by BoxingScene.com that Gilberto Ramirez would travel to the UK to fight the winner of the World Boxing Series tournament. So the UK or Germany, because Jurgen Bremer's in the tournament as well. So he's saying he's going to fight the winner of the tournament. Which, by the way, the winner of the tournament, well, actually, no, that's cruiserweight. I'm thinking of cruiserweight. Never mind. The winner of the tournament will be someone he will travel for, so he says. But then this is the same Gilberto Ramirez that didn't want to fight in the World Boxing Series in the first place. This is the same Gilberto Ramirez that didn't want to engage in the World Boxing Series Super Series in the first place, where all the best other 168 pounders are fighting. The likes of Callum, the likes of Groves, the likes of Eubanks. Yes, the tournament does have a very distinct European flavor to it, but he did not want to fight in the tournament. He opted out of fighting in the tournament, and now that the tournament's about to be over and done with, he's blowing smoke up everybody's ass, saying that, "Oh, I'll travel here to go fight these guys." So I think it's ridiculous. He fights this weekend. He'll be fighting the challenger from Ghana, Habib Ahmed, and I recently did an interview with Isaac Ekpo at Stacey McKinley's gym. And Isaac did spar. He did a lot of sparring with Habib Ahmed, and he told me in my interview. He spoke to me in my interview, and he told me like Gilberto Ramirez better not overlook this guy because he's a good fighter and he can punch and he's really, really good. So we'll see, man. Gilberto Ramirez still has to get past Habib Ahmed, but typical fighter behavior these days. Like the dude had a chance to enter the tournament. He could have fought the likes of Callum Smith, could have fought the likes of Eubank, could have fought the likes of Groves, could have fought on a relatively big stage. And I don't want to say bigger stage because I don't know what Bob Arum has in the plans, but Gilberto Ramirez is not even a guy that fights that often anyway. Like, he's 36-0, and nobody's heard of him. He's got 24 knockouts, and nobody knows who he is. He fought Jesse Hart in September of last year. That was a good fight. I thought Gilberto won, but I think if they were to fight again, I think Jesse would actually beat Gilberto because I think Jesse kind of figured him out a little bit towards the end. This guy fought Arthur Abraham in 2016. Got a W there against the old Arthur Abraham. Beat a good little journeyman in Derek Edwards. And then he fought some guy named Max Bursak. Don't know much about him, but he fought him. Then he fought Jesse. He's really not a guy that's active. He's not an active fighter because since he won the title from Abraham, he's only fought twice. And when he fought his first fight after fighting Abraham, it was over a 1 year layoff. So with him, man, like, you can't really expect much. You can't really expect much because he didn't enter the tournament. Like, and same goes for Benavidez. Like, I think Benavidez is a talented fighter. I think Benavidez has the potential to be the number one 168 pounder in the world. He has, he's gotten the proper sparring in the gym to do so. He's got the talent to do so. He's got the work ethic to do so. But I don't know. I'm still waiting to see if he has it all the way up here to do so, because what I saw in that Ronald Gavril fight from Benavidez, I thought he could have fought a way better fight, a way smarter fight. I thought he gave away way too many rounds. And ultimately, I might be in the minority of people who thought this, but I thought Gavril out-hustled him and beat him. I thought he edged it. I thought he beat him. So, waiting to see if Benavidez is still the goods, in my opinion. A lot of people are sold on him. I'm not just yet. But, Gilberto now saying that he wants to fight the guys after now that the tournament's in their semifinal stage, it's ridiculous. It's an utter joke. And this is ultimately a fighter in Gilberto Ramirez who is not a champion, but more a title holder. A random title holder in a sport full of title holders. And I'm waiting. I can't wait. I hope, I hope he holds true to his word, and I hope he does go fight one of these guys, because I think if Jesse Hart, who was coming off a very long layoff, could give him the amount of trouble he gave him towards the latter stages of that fight, then there's no doubt about it that a Chris Eubank, a George Groves will beat this guy, because Gilberto Ramirez is a decent fighter, but there's nothing special about him. There's nothing to him. So, and he just hasn't been very active in the ring, and It's not like Top Rank has a hard time getting fighters fights normally. So we'll see what happens, man. To be fair, Gilberto and what's his name, Benavidez. Those are both Al Heyman and Bob Arum fighters. So those are the only fighters that did enter the tournament. But he can't be crowned anywhere near the best 168 pounder until he fights another 168 pounder. And I'll be honest with you, man. Like, if this is the kind of opponent, like, I like Caleb Plant, who signed Al Heyman, who's an undefeated prospect coming up, who will be fighting Porky Medina soon. This is the kind of fighter I think Caleb Plant would school. I think he would school Gilberto Ramirez, and because I mean, look at the kind of styles he's fighting at 168. He fought Arthur Abraham, slow-footed plotter. He fought Jesse Hart, who's a good talent, but Jesse Hart himself, I don't want to call him a plotter, but Jesse Hart himself, was let me see if my facts are right, because I'm pretty sure he was coming off a long layoff. He fought in September of 2017. Jesse Hart's last fight before that was he had a stay busy fight against Alan Campa, and then so never mind, 5-month layoff, nothing too crazy, but it was Jesse Hart's like real first step up fight, and he had struggled in the past with the likes of Deshaun Johnson, so it wasn't like Jesse Hart was a world beater. Jury's still on him. He's got to validate some things himself. So, but if that guy can have the kind of success against Gilberto, then a guy like Grove with big fight experience, or a guy like Caleb Plant who has the defensive slickness, and I believe he has enough power to hurt these guys. He has had to show it too much. He would get a lot of guys. Caleb Plant would beat a guy like Gilberto Ramirez. So it is what it is. The guy is 26, but right now he's holding that title hostage, and he's got from what I've heard from my main man Isaac Ekbo, that he's got a tough fight coming against Khabib Ahmed. So I'll have my eye on that this weekend. We'll see what happens. We'll see how he performs. But I think it's a crock that he's calling these guys out now and didn't end the tournament. So ultimately, it further validates him as a paper champion. Beat out the Abraham, and all he's done so far is defended against Jesse Hart, who I like Jesse Hart. I made a lot of positive videos about him, but Jesse Hart himself has been a talent that has gone unfulfilled in boxing. So he hasn't really beat a top level fighter like that yet. And I'm waiting for him to fight another top level fighter who's in his prime, in his youth, who is the creme de la creme of the division. And unfortunately, Jesse Hart isn't the creme de la creme of the division. All he was at that point in time, I believe, was a mandatory challenger. So that's what it is. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about Gilberto Ramirez now calling out the World Boxing Super Series winner and not entering the tournament. I think it's a real coward move. And if he really wanted to be in the tournament, he could have been in the tournament. But leave your comments down below. Take the time to subscribe. And you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.